All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this cool Thursday evening of Echo Arena preseason competition here in VRML. Going into our North American matches tonight, we'll be opening it up with the return of InVerted. They took a 1-week hiatus versus the debuting team now, Reboot tonight. So for your casting crew, I'm Palidore on the mic, alongside Dash, and Spielberging it on the cameras. It's so much for subtlety. So Dash, tell us about this match while I ping the teams.
It looks like they're almost ready, kind of start without us, without your OK powder. But yeah, as you said, inverted. We've seen a pretty good showing from them so far this season. I really am excited to see Game Dude, now Game with the hyphen dash, whatever you want to call it.
I call
He's
you
come
Dash.
back. Yeah, he's come back after a long time being away. It's great to see old players come back. On the other side, you have a new roster, I would say, but with an old name, Sweet Potato. She's been around for quite a bit of time, but
Yeah.
the roster she's with, new players. So I'm excited to see how they grow through the season.
And I promised I would say this at the beginning of this game. Warning, incoming game. That's a Reboot reference for those who might have seen the 90s cartoon. But that's indeed what the team's namesake is after. Now going in after that is Mamba, assisted by Mizuchi. Now, I will be quick to point out here, Mizuchi is kind of on some double duty tonight because he's playing this match here for InVerted with a assist on those first 2 points. And right after this, he's going to be going right into his match with St. Clair versus Baylor over on the CVRE finals that are happening tonight. So good luck to him later on, but good luck to him tonight just as well.
Now Game Dude has a chance to line it up, but the goal is now covered, so he's just gonna work it up slowly. And just a bad bounce off the root, but it turns into a nice little back pass for them, so they will keep possession. And back to Game Dude as he'll move it up with a long cross up top. And now below the goal. Maybe a cross back up to the top again. And Game Dude to dunk it in. It looks like there was a bunch of long crosses. I'm not sure if maybe those could have been intercepted.
Maybe, but showing some good patience and heady plays there, as he has been known for. And earlier he was especially known for being a striker, but he was all around one of the better players in the early days of Echo Arena. Just before anyone could make any shots whatsoever, Game Dude was already popping off back on Titan with Duel and NATO Potato, who I actually just saw type on Discord the other day. But now 5-spotted Dog is going to have that intercepted, actually. And interesting thing, too, about this team on Reboot here, they are new to the competitive scene as, that disco sailing through, a booster coming through as well. But for the guys here on Reboot, they all kind of met up, I think, and started competing first in Beer League and going in there for the Steel League, 17th charge, taking the charge and clearing it out there. So it's nice to see, though, these community leagues producing, shot right there, Mizuchi, producing some new teams in VRML.
Yeah. Game sound muted? ? Subtlety. Dimwee in the chat says there's game sound muted. But other than that, we get that fixed real quick. I think there's a bit of long passing. I want to say again, and I don't know if maybe Reboot can tighten up that defense and cut them off.
You do see some good spacing, though, down here. Another good pass. Just diving below it, actually. Maybe a mishandle on the anchor. Gotta hate it when that happens. I definitely know the feeling. But still, nice punch from Neon. It's going to result in 17th charge, taking it back with a short dish on over to Neon. Neon finding 5-spotted Dog. One more pass down low to Sweet Potato. And then one more into the goal. 17th charge for the first two, and a gorgeous dish from Sweet Potato.
So maybe both teams kind of succumbing to these long crosses. I mean, we're used to seeing such quick and short passing coming out from Kangos and Illuminati, Joker, whatnot. These guys may be taking some long passes, and I think if either team decides to tighten up their defense, might see more turnovers.
Yeah, long one so far. You can see it all the way up and down the floor here. Going one more, actually, to these nest pass, and Game is going to go back again for his 4th point off that assist from Mamba.
Options right there for Game Dude. You see he had a dunk set up. One of his teammates was also there, but instead goes for a shot, and it's such a deadly situation to just come from the front and then have options.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning on the cast with Kangos, for instance. One of those cases where the shot was already there, but just opted for an even better opportunity, maybe get a more open teammate instead of taking it in on a few defenders. And it's always dangerous right in front of the goal right there, where you just don't know exactly when the shot is coming.
Tight defense now with the chain is inverted, very fast, pressuring out this disc, and looks like there's some good passing coming out from Reboot, but nobody's forward, so they can't really gain ground.
Now they are trying to cut off that disc there. There's one in the goal for Reboot. Neon, maybe disc knocked a little bit loose, so gonna back it out there. Blonde and going for the shot. Neon actually getting it off his head, it would seem, or just barely trying to get that save. Still squeezing it through though.
Yeah, it seems like he was there at the right moment, but just too far in the goal to make the save. Just bounce off his head and in.
Now, do inform me here, because I've heard it said both ways. Is it Blonde or Blondie? Are you aware? If not, I got to do my research later.
I guess I'm not aware. I thought it was just blonde. But some
I've heard
good
it.
passing, maybe. Or no, a good interception instead. A nice read from Inverted. Now they're going to try to work this out of their half. Working the passes, a nice back pass, almost covered, but oh wait, off the head of one of the team, and now contested heavily.
Just a brief little scramble on that disc there, getting it knocked off his own teammates and then being contested. But now gonna bounce back into the hands up top of 5-spotted, actually getting a slap, but there's still 2 players there for Inverted.
Now another missed pass, but the chain is ready from Reboot, so they could pick this up. Oh, just missing the bounce right there and having to work again. And the long pass is coming through. It's just been the name of the game for right now. But a quick shot. It looks like he just missed his angle. Maybe a bit of a tracking loss. Saw his arm freeze up. Now Blonde or Blondie will take an anchor shot of his own. Missing it, but he still might get possession. Mizuchi, the disc, but covered by 2, so heavily covered.
It's a lot of opportunities right now, but still doing a nice job to cut off some of these opportunities and these passes near bubble. That one diving out, kind of a fortunate bounce actually directly down towards the goalie there, and Neon will try for the clear as a good timely boost comes through, but the disc bouncing and resulting in the overshoot instead, which now means it might be a numbers advantage if they can push up here. And indeed, it will be Mamba receiving the pass, but going up top and dinging it off instead. But another attempt yet, another one-on-one, and then that one will be done for Mizuchi.
It's interesting what Reboot is doing with their defense. I think that having that chain there is good because all the shakes and misses that Inverted is having with their passing right now, they can capitalize on that. But once they fail to recover it, then it's trouble because Inverted with the long passes, they're just ready for any 1v1 opportunities.
Yeah, and we're seeing more of that here, and perhaps an open goal as a result. Taken from that corner, soft shot, sails past Stack, trying to get back and kind of bouncing off the backboard, and allowed that shot to slide on in.
I'm not sure what a Reboot needs right now. I think they're having a good first pass, but it's that second pass that's really haunting them. Mizuchi is a guy who loves staying back. If I remember playing with him, he would just kind of hide in a corner. And now he can do that even more as a 4th person.
And we know what he's capable of, certainly the Zooch, as I've learned they call him, going down deep there off the turnover, but a good boost. I am noticing here as the disc gets recovered and shot, but saved by Neon. With the neon lights, and that was a really good defensive play there, but kind of another repeat of the problem we saw earlier in that they're not getting the clears, and it's resulting in these second attempts. Nice pass, and into the goal for, off Neon on that one again, but...
Yeah, again, it was a good defensive effort, but whenever you're just bombarded attack after attack without any good clears or recoveries, it's tough.
And what I'm noticing from Reboot too, they do have a good, at least one of their stack pairs has done a pretty good job of getting up and down the floor with some efficiency. So maybe if they utilize that more. And now actually going to go for the goal, but Mizuchi there on the recovery bounced himself off the backboard in order to receive that one. And on the other end, maybe another open goal with a lot of time. Game for the 18th point on his team, and a 6 for him individually.
And that was such a great opportunity for Reboot right there. They had a 2v1. It looks like they decided to go for a punch. He couldn't get the punch, so he backed out. And in that moment, he shot it. Maybe a dunk would have probably been better than trying to maybe shake the goalie for a 3.
Tight situation for sure, and it required some quick decision making. They did have a little bit of a window. Now trying to close that one. Game with the 20 now, and we're 2 away from a mercy situation. But yeah, it just seems like not quite as, I mean, they are a new team, granted, but they are showing some good flashes. That is Reboot. It's just more so, you're right, on those second passes and some of the, you know, the secondary things. Is, ooh, headbutt comes in quickly. Wow. Needs a retreat to go quickly, because otherwise the mercy will be in.
Well, the round is also over. Just kind of perfect timing with that. But you're right. It is a mercy, but the time had run out anyway. Either way, it's a round for InVerted, and just super dominant, if I had to say anything about it.
It was Game Dash coming through with 11 points, including that buzzer beater essentially. But 11 points, which is the game high easily. No pun intended. Well, pun intended, I guess. And 16 stuns. And on the other end, it's 17th charge with 2 points for his team. Neon the 3 saves, however. So some good defense and some good stacking from Reboot's side. But overall, too much of a just coordinated attack consistently by the boys on the orange side.
And I think Reboot does have some pretty good moves if they only could show it. And I think, you know, it's just that second pass, and they don't have the next guy ready. Or if the guy is ready, he's way downfield where Mizuchi's waiting for that long pass, you know, kind of under the bow tie trench area. So maybe they shorten up that second pass, maybe get a third one down there to punish Mizuchi, because, you know, he's hiding in a predictable spot. They might be able to sneak some 3s too, but whenever they do get set up in the bubble, they've been showing some pretty good passing.
Yeah, for sure. And ooh, nice, really quick joust there. Headbutt into the goal, but luckily Neon is there. Now retreating into the goal is 5-spotted dog, but off the backboard and receiving that, retrieving that. Good dog. Nice save. But going in, Mamba, the snake, and Snake in the plane. He's gonna get that one into the goal for the first 2.
It was a good save by Reboot, but took too long to throw it out of the bubble, and Mamba just flying in, recognizing the situation, snags it back and dunks it, even though he was stunned. So good awareness by Mamba.
Most definitely. The good defense again from Reboot, but because of those second attempts, those are what are buying a lot of these shots, as we can see.
And there it is again. You saw how Mamba was there in a very predictable spot. And had the pass been anywhere lower, oh wow, point blank shot for Blonde or Blondie.
Blondie.
Ouch.
Yeah, that grab was by 5-spotted dog, I believe. He sailed in, he got a nice grab, but then Blondie came in, snatched it right back in a split second, and split it into the goal for 2. It was a really quick move. Just like that dodge.
Oh, almost 2 dodge, but didn't throw the pass in time. It's gonna be shaken loose. And now tough. They're just gonna have to slap it out and hope one of their teammates will pick it up. It looks like they almost have a pickup, but it's just out of their reach. Ouch. A long shot.
Quick shot there from the InVerted player. So we're gonna result in a clear boost. And again, there you go. Reboot's boosts have been pretty nice. So even though you do like to see passes more often than not, it might honestly be to Reboot's advantage to use a little bit more clear and boosting, just because of how good they were on the boost. And oh, trying to deny the 3, but Game is still going to get that through, just barely.
See, I don't think the problem is, you know, their speed. I think I agree with you. The speed is great, but their choice of clearing, like where they want to clear the disc, has been poor. Because Mizuchi, Mamba, they're just sitting back there. They know exactly where they're going to throw it, so they don't even have a chance to boost to it. It's already intercepted.
Right, and ooh, just getting that one knocked loose a bit, and gonna be into the hands of Game, it would seem, flinging it out there, and with an exposed goal at the other end, and a Blondie there to put it in as well. He's gonna take that one right in front of the goal.
I
9
think if they
points
just
early.
they have a good first pass. They've gotten it almost every time, I believe. But the next pass is always under the bow tie in the trench where somebody's been waiting. Maybe if they go on the same side or head bounce off the Merc into the other side for a straight pass, they could easily punish them for 3.
17th charge, gonna get stunned. He briefly took the disc and delivering another one game. A pair of punches. Getting them in bunches and trying to recover this one before the open 3 gets sent through, and now into the goal is Sweet Potato. Sweet's definitely one of those good goalkeepers. She's saved many a shots in her time, but not that one, unfortunately, because Blondie is online for the shot. But I know playing with Sweet Potato, I know she's a great goalie. She's really quick on the boost, too. I've always had some good boosting chemistry, and that no doubt is contributing to what we're seeing from Reboot so far.
And definitely good speed, and only they had an opportunity to use it more was just, kind of the passing choice of the positioning.
But see right there, they had great speed to recover that.
But again, it is kind of the passes that just slipping just away. And now they're forced back on defense again. That's a good clear. It's going to bounce off the shield.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, the leech. Was that a headbutt? Oh, wow.
It went off the barrier and just floated in. I'm not sure if it was a headbutt.
No, that was definitely a headbutt to carry on the 3 points.
Yeah, well, it bounced off the barrier for the 3 and then sailed in anyway, so I couldn't tell, but I believe it.
I mean, it was definitely going to go in.
Yeah.
But he just sped up the process.
So now taken there by Neon on the other side as a bunch of stuns go off in the backline, actually, making this a kind of sparse orange side of the floor momentarily. But now they're kind of getting back on defense and finds Neon. Neon can't find that extra pass, but 5 Spotted Dog is going to be there to try and contest it, but no, Mizuchi looking for that deep clear into the mid zone. And now the deep boost, though, and there's a speed once more at play for Reboot on the recovery.
Maybe if they can just get some good passes to work it out of their half. And it looks like it's still in their hands. So luckily not getting punished on that one. But just more unfortunate bounces. They're just going to allow... Oh, okay. What a shake by Neon. I think Neon's been doing a pretty good job on defense. Oh, it takes a long shot. It was pretty good, but Mizuchi always on that back line.
It was exactly where you said he'd be. Just he's playing those lanes, him and Mamba, and finding those stray shots, those clears. Oh, and just sailing past the hands of 5 Spotted Dog. Sweet is there as the defensive pressure and pressures her into that clear. And now Mizuchi's just going to take that back. They have a 14-0 lead at the moment with about 4 minutes and 15 seconds left and going in, but taking a ricochet back outside the bubble.
And as I was trying to mention, I think Neon's been a very good player for Reboot. He's gotten multiple stops, multiple saves, or they were own goals, but they were still saves in my book. So good job of Neon. I think he's really been keeping his team in this game for as long as they have been. And now,
here we go.
Nice shot from Neon. It's going to be high, collected by Mizuchi and cleared out to the tunnel where he has an opportunity to get a shot in. He will. Ooh, just wide.
Oh, the overshoot, however, from Reboot. They almost had that back, but instead Game's going to go on the attack. Down low, hitting the feet of the defender as he retreats back to the nest and celebrates. 16 points for Team InVerted.
Yeah, just actually so dominant in this game right now.
Actually, I was going to say, too, 16 points for Game alone these 2 rounds. So he's putting up some big numbers. No, not surprising for a player of his caliber and, well, his historical accuracy on those kind of shots and striking.
Reboot looks like they having a nice attack right there, but the lanes were just a bit covered. Something that InVerted is just on top of in this match. A long, deep pass for a 1v1. He's going to pressure out because he knows what he has to do. I don't blame him for that move.
Blondie,
with the time running out, it's kind of necessary.
Blondie coming through there, but almost like there was enough time to potentially get a grab, so it was a good dive. And it was still a 2 at the end of the day. So
Even if it
not
had been a 3, it would still be, a bad situation. 2 more goals, doesn't matter, 2 or 3, and it's a mercy at this rate.
yeah, so just trying to recover there, and some nice brawling as they separate out. Sweet is gonna get a short boost, a small little bit of speed off of that one as he tries to find Sweet, but too much to the left on that side wall. But again, the boost, so that's a good recovery. But unfortunately, at the other end, playing it patient is Mizuchi yet again.
Here's opportunity for Neon. Drive it up for his team. A good back pass. And just misses the first teammate, but the other one is there. And quick shot from 17th.
There you
Put
go.
themselves on the
And 17th just raising his arms up there in victory over that shot, assisted by 5-spotted dog, and that was nice. You can see they Reboot lost control of the disc a little bit there in that possession, but on 2 separate attempts, it was their quick boost that helped them recover and ultimately get it into that 2-point area and score off of that. So using their speed, their best advantage, to their advantage, but now trying to take advantage, it's Mamba to go up to 20.
Again in that mercy danger zone now. But I mean, with a minute left, there's not much Reboot can do. Maybe show a bit of their speed off. Get some more interceptions, because they've been doing a pretty good job at it, like you said.
Yeah, and then it's one of those things that can translate over. If they can hopefully, longer term, obviously, just work on the passes and positioning and things like that. Well, positioning actually isn't too bad. It's just, again, more so the straight clears and passes. But already they have the nice speed. They've had some nice defensive plays. So it's something you can certainly build upon, not just across the season, but even across these 3 rounds and going into the 3rd one. Like you can see them there just getting split up, but they were still really close on the approach, and they're forcing a lot more to happen on inverted side of the floor compared to round 1.
Ooh, wow, a nice drifting shot from Game Dude to end it. That was an amazing shot to finish it off.
Shot all the way from Tokyo, practically, on that Tokyo drift from Game. That was good stuff. And that will indeed be the 23-2 victory, a mercy there, late in the 2nd round.
So Dimmy did mention it to me that the new update, if there is a mercy, it counts and then forwards it to the next round. I didn't notice it because the time was like 20 seconds less in the first game whenever it was a mercy. So I just thought that it was ending anyway. But that is nice. We no longer have to deal with the buggy rule sets.
Right. Yeah, I was aware of that rule. I didn't have an eye on the exact time, so I just went with it. It's fine. But that was still a good 2 rounds there. And as I said, towards the end of that 2nd round, you definitely saw Reboot getting it more into the inverted side of the floor. They had more possessions down there and chances to make some sort of offense happen. And that was already an immediate improvement over round 1, where it was seemingly more heavily dominated by inverted on those intercepts and just keeping it on the blue side.
I mean, like I said before, Reboot has some pretty nice passing. They just need to set themselves up for more opportunities to use that passing.
Right. And they'll have some chances here. 10 minutes, in fact, worth of chances, and they do maybe win this first joust. Some nice speed. The overshoot, however, still going to be contested pretty well. Mamba trying to slide on through, but slipping away from him and retrieving the disc is Game. Now an attempted reset will take a bad bounce, but still be taken by Mizuchi, and he'll forward it on over to Mamba.
And although Reboot has a great chain, they aren't getting back fast enough, leaving these open nets. Luckily, that one's just going to miss. Hopefully they can recollect before he recollects again. Blonde.
There you go.
Almost doing it himself.
It seems like Inverted's had a few of those left side tunnel shots that are just a bit too far to the left, but just on the mark on that one. Blondie, the attack for 2.
Looks like the shield was covered, but there were 2 inverted players on it. It's hard to cover both at the same time. Kind of choose, guessing game. But maybe having more players in that bubble to contest would do Reboot some good.
Forcing a quick launch and into a turnover. It will be Blondie looking deep down low there. There's a couple guys at goal. There's Sweet Potato, which is to say a girl and a guy. My bad. But Sweet's got to deliver that over. And it's going to be a turnover instead. Game. Oh, that was a deep shot, but again, slightly off. Another recovery from Mamba. He tries to snake around the bottom block again, but he's been denied a few times down there. And now Blondie's going to go on it for a nice pass into a swinging pendulum dunk from Mamba.
Is he going for that high percentage dunk? Although there were two defenders near him, I thought he was covered because the other guy was just kind of near maybe one of those invisible blocks. I for sure thought that was going to be contested, but maybe not. Maybe lost his handling. And quick dunk. Now a long clear. Kind of bounces, but the chain from InVerted is so fast. They miss it though. Nice overshoot. And Neon to pick it up. Trying to work it on with the long cross to his teammate just behind him.
So they will have 3 in that pocket at the very least to recover. And I do like how they space out immediately. They let 5-spotted dog take the disc. They saw he was going to get it. So what did the other 2 teammates do? They space out for some passes. Now, unfortunately, it's still going to be a turnover, it would seem. And into the hands of Blondie as he finds the cross to Mamba. But it was still some good awareness and team play there. Just the execution, not quite what they wanted, but the ideas were correct. So working it in now is going to be another pass up top directly to Game. And that one, another almost near dunk attempt, but Game's just kind of feasting all in that 2-point zone the last few rounds.
Yeah, just feeding them, much like Illuminati was feeding Ender. We saw him in the week 1 and 2 where he was just racking up 30 points. Almost every game. It was insane, but clearly established himself as a striker, and re-establishing himself as a striker is Game Dude after, whoa, that was odd. Shot out of his hand right there. I don't think that was intentional.
I don't think so. So Blondie is going to still take this back, try and work away, and oh, just splitting the defense and splitting that goal for another deuce. Blondie that time.
Hey, look, there he is. Naya Potato.
Oh.
He's
Oh.
back.
Yes, we were just talking about you. So, hey, we have a potato in the game. We have a potato in the chat. We have one of Nadio Potato's old teammates in there as well. This is like a big old reunion of taters and Season 1 players.
Well, it looks like that was a good pass from Sweet Potato. Just 17th wasn't really looking in that direction. Maybe trying to change up his position. Now, another turnover. Oh, wow. Playing with fire right there was InVerted. Looks like they have a drop too. So 3v4 currently. And maybe this is Reboot's chance to capitalize. Now that one player's gone. It's a quick clear. It's going to bounce all the way into the bubble, but look who's there. It's always Mizuchi.
Collecting that calmly is Mizuchi, and well, just to mention it again, in about roughly 15 minutes from now or so, he'll be playing in the CVRE finals for St. Clair. So that's coming up immediately after this. But he's trying to get this done here in VRML right before. And right now they're in pretty good position to do so. Although one player did drop, it would seem, over on InVerted side. Crash, that is.
Yeah, I think Blondie's out Blonde's out for right now. But Mizuchi playing that strong back line is allowing for them to continue these attacks.
And so now to the tune of, well, as Blondie does get back in there, but Mamba with the 10 points, game high 21. Getting a lot of work in there. And right now, trying to break off of that chain, but nice punch on the other end. That was Game with a stun to deny it, allowing Mizuchi to collect a disc on the back end. But it's going to be back again to Sweet now, getting the past the 17th charge. And defense retreating also for InVerted as that disc goes careening back into the hands of InVerted on the turnover.
Mizuchi is reminding me of how Orbit is playing. You have Gamer Boy being that strong backline, allowing for continuous attacks. And I think Mizuchi's kind of filling that similar role. It is very strong against a team who likes to clear. And I think Reboot has been forced to clear because these lanes are covered so greatly by InVerted.
Now, that's going to go sailing off as the attempted stack comes in there, getting split up. So InVerted will maintain control, but you're right, it is a strong strategy. As we see a shot from the left tunnel, that one's going to be dead center, though, for Blondie. Not missing that one. The rest of the team had missed a couple earlier in the night, but that one was about as true as you can get.
Reboot, although they've been very, very fast with their chain, sometimes all it takes is one missed grab. You leave your goal open, you get punished by good shots like that one we just saw.
So now a Sweet Potato going to be contested. Finds the nice pass over, but mishandled just a little bit. Trying to handle Mizuchi there, but Mizuchi is a bit hard to handle. We all know that. And he's been doing a good job just handling those intercepts in the back line, as you mentioned. Now working actually into the bubble area. Going to take some awkward bounces. Finally recovered by Blondie. Blondie's going to go into that corner shot, but it's covered off and it sails back in that direction anyways.
A nice, good shake by Sweet Potato, but doesn't get the chance to clear it as it's snagged back, and now an open net for Blonde.
Open
They could have taken a
pass.
3, but
Could have been a
he
3,
was
I don't know.
drifting. Yeah, he was drifting, so safe move. Go for the player that's already there.
Yeah, and it was soft enough too, where even if it was a shot attempt, it would have been soft enough to rebound. But either way, he had a player there, like you said, and kind of a win-win situation. And up by 15 here in this third round. 17th charge, ooh, just dodging that quick boosted player. And on the approach, Sweet Potato. Defense collapsing. 2 defenders actually. A good pass to Neon. Neon's going to look up towards Nest for a 5-spotted dog. Does not make it, but all the players for InVerted missing it. So now trying to leave the anchor. Dish one to 5-spotted dog, and he is on the spot on that shot.
Yeah, so once they get their offense set up, they do have a very nice, rotation on the passings. Getting open. I think the Nest was open a lot earlier, or the shield was, before they went for that one pass that missed. So Reboot doing a good job at separating once they're in the bubble. It's more like them separating in the midfield that's kind of been hurting them.
Right, and it's one of those things they'll definitely be able to address, I think, just with a little bit of practice. This team obviously new, but still impressing, and like you said, the speed and some of that defense, and going in there for the offense. So Game Dude is gonna continue on his hot streak for the 23rd points of his night.
I don't know if that was maybe a wild clearance in the corner or maybe a fast back pass to the goal, but it was too fast for the player to react, and Game Dude was just waiting there.
Right
Picks up 2 more
spot.
points.
Whether it's from his own teammates or otherwise, he seems to be in the right spot anywhere in that bubble to find the disc. And now backing it out, this may result in the open 3. Indeed, it will be. So 22, 40 seconds left.
And I like how Reboot is aggressive, having confidence in their chain, because they are really fast with it. But like I said before, maybe having too much confidence in that chain has left a lot of open nets for them.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, I would like to see more passes, and obviously longer term as this 2 goes through for the Mercy. But I think it was to their advantage too, at least after the first round, because they were trying for a lot more of those passes that weren't landing. And most of the success they had, offensively speaking, was just following good boosts to recover a disc. So it's one of those things, Immediate term, I think the boosts were a good look. Longer term, though, I agree, is be maybe more careful with the passing and just find better execution on that end. But there's a lot of good things to build on for Reboot. And meanwhile, for InVerted here, well, they build on this victory, so they go, I believe, 2-1 on the season. This so far in the preseason, and Mizuchi probably about to be off to his CVRE game, so definitely congratulations on the win tonight for VRML, and good luck tonight in CVRE. Match against Baylor coming up shortly.
Good job to Reboot. I think I see a lot of potential in these players, especially 17 charge. He was having a nice offensive run.
Yeah.
Good reaction time. Same for Neon. I think Neon has some pretty good reads in the midfield. Pretty good stops in the goal. So this team has potential. I can't wait to see if they, improve or grow along the season, because that's what most of these teams have already shown.
Right.
It's just the ability to adapt and grow.
And just look at, from Neon too, the game high 47 stuns. That's nice count for sure. And the 3 saves as well. Some of those weren't unfortunately didn't turn into saves so much as shots that still counted for the other team, but like the reflexes and awareness was there, and he had some nice grabs. 5-spotted dog as well. He had a couple saves, I believe, one in the first round, another one in that third. So yeah, there's some definite nice things from Reboot's side. And just, yeah, welcome to the league. Glad to have you guys on board and hope to see more from them soon, as well as Team InVerted as they make their third week return after that week off. And yeah, we got a lot of good things coming up, ladies and gents. And actually, on that note, we do have some more matches beginning imminently, so we're going to get going here. The next one's starting roughly 8 minutes or so. If we can get in those, get those privates going, we have Flare versus Chaos coming immediately up. So stay tuned for that. So until then, until 8 minutes from now, I've been Palidore, that's been Dash. So much for Celty on camera. Thank you for watching, and we will be right back.